Bring 7 pieces of wood, put them on those sparks, and with your eagle feather, light the fire. This is our chibukto, our great spirit fire. And so there, grandmother cooked the abistanuj, the meat, to celebrate grandmother's arrival to the world. Glooskap one day decided he would walk down to the water, and as he was walking along this sweet-smelling grass, a young man stood up in front of him. He was tall, and he had long hair and white sparkling eyes. "Who are you? Where did you come from?" He says, "I am your sister's son, Nadawansam." Far out in the ocean, Wajosan, the whirlwind, caused the waters to roil up, and foam began to form on top of the water, and finally was blown along the sand, and it rested on this tall, sweet-smelling grass. And with the help of the life giver and the shadow giver and Mother Earth, they gave me a life of a young man. I have strength in my arms and my legs. I can run and help grandmother and you. I have vision with my eyes. I can see far away into the future. You will be able to be guided by my strength, my vision. And I also am gifted with the Spirit to guide you. So Glooskap was happy that his nephew came into the world. He called upon the fish from the waters to come ashore because he did not want to bother the animals anymore. The fish came ashore and he told his nephew, "Gather the fish and bring them to grandmother, because it's the fish that will give us food and medicine and tools." So they had a feast of fish to celebrate Glooskap's nephew's arrival to the world. And one day, as he was sitting by the fire, a woman came and sat beside him. She put her arm around him and said, "Are you cold, my son?" And he looked at her and said, "Who are you? Where do you come from?" He said, "I am your mother." She said, "I owe my existence from the leaf on the tree that fell to the ground, and early this morning dew formed over this leaf, and with the help of the life giver, Grandfather Sun and Mother Earth, gave me a life of a woman." She said, "I bring life into this world. I bring all the colors of the blues of the skies and the yellows of the sun to form together the greens of the grass and the forest. I bring the black of the night, the white of the snow, the red of the earth, the color of the rainbow. And I bring strength and understanding for my children, that they will continue to survive and to live and to understand one another, to share and rely on each other." So Glooskap was happy that his mother came into the world. He called upon his nephew to gather the food from the plants and the trees and the roots and bring them together so that grandmother prepared a feast so they could celebrate his mother's arrival to the world. And so one day, after they all ate and celebrated and were living their lives, the eagle came back and he said, "I bring another message. The Great Spirit tells us that you and grandmother have to leave this world and you have to go to the land of the spirits. But you have to make sure that the fire does not go out. Instruct your mother and your nephew to look after that fire." Out of the fire, 7 sparks will fly, and when they land on the ground, 7 women will be created. 7 more sparks will fly out of the fire, and of these sparks, 7 men will be created. And these 7 women and 7 men will come together to form the first 7 families, and go off in 7 different directions. The Micmac are one of these 7 original families. When the Micmac reach their territory, they will later split up into 7 clans, each having their own fires, or Mawiomis. After the passing of 7 winters, all of the families will once again gather at the site of the original Great Fire. There they will honor the first 4 levels of creation by bringing together all their fires to form once again the Great Spirit Fire, or Chibuktew. To honor Glooskap's grandmother, Nugami's arrival was celebrated with a sweat lodge ceremony. To make a sweat lodge, 7 large animal skins are placed over a dome shaped out of 7 saplings, and red-hot rocks are placed inside the center of the lodge. Inside, representatives from the 7 original families pray and sing, and together they give thanks for the gift of life, and they ask for forgiveness for taking the life of animals, birds, trees, and fish. There are 4 rounds to give thanks to the 7 levels of creation. 7 rocks are taken from the Great Spirit Fire and placed inside the lodge. Then 7 more rocks are brought to honor the 7 original families. Then 7 more rocks are brought inside to honor the 7 clans. And 7 more rocks to honor the 7 sacred medicines. This is what the Micmac Sweat Lodge ceremony is about. To honor Glooskap's nephew, we braid the sweetgrass, the hair of Mother Earth. We light the sweetgrass on the Great Spirit Fire and offer the smoke to the 7 sacred directions. With the smoke we cleanse our ears for understanding, our eyes to look from the goodness of our hearts, our nose to sense our place in the world, and our mouth so that we will share the water, the medicine, and food which comes from Mother Earth, and then to ensure that we speak with kindness from our hearts. To honor Glooskap's mother who came from a leaf of a tree, the leaf that we burn as tobacco, we offer tobacco 7 times to the Great Spirit Fire to give thanks to the 7 levels of creation. In order to make everything more meaningful, we take the stone from which Nugami, or grandmother, comes from and shape it into a sacred pipe bowl and attach it to a stem shaped from the wood of a tree from which Glooskap's mother was created. This is how we bring together the spirit of mother and grandmother. We then give thanks to all creation by offering tobacco to the 7 sacred directions, each time putting some in the sacred pipe. And in this way we honor all of creation, all of our families, and that we are all related to one another, the birds, the plants, the animals, and the fish. And since our collective words are represented in the smoke, we blow our words in 7 sacred directions. In this way, the 7 levels of creation are entrusted to hold on to our words. This is the way our elders honored our creation and explained how our world came into being. This is the creation story.